go. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Quentin. We got Cole on here too. And look, today we wanted to hop on here and just talk about some of the feedback that we've had from customers and clients, and just chat about some questions that we had. And one question in particular today, specifically, we had a question from one of our customers who purchased our Instagram guide, and they were a fine art artists, right? They made oil paintings, and they were, great at their craft, and they wanted to figure out how they could use Instagram to sell more of their paintings. And within this question, they said that they're looking to sell to like museums or galleries and collectors. And I think there was one other type of business that they could sell to. So it was clear in their question that they knew who they needed to sell to, but the question was, can I sell my high-priced fine art, my oil paintings on Instagram to this target market? And so I thought that was a really important question, because we do get this type of inquiry a lot. Like, can I sell my product on Instagram? Is my product a good thing to sell on Instagram? And there's a lot of question around that when people go into business and they're trying to look at a platform that is best for selling their product. So I thought this would be a great one to tackle today and just kind of go over.
Cool.
Sweet. Do you want to say something, Cole?
I guess just on the note of that, the bigger question there of like, is my product viable for Instagram?
Yeah.
There's what, a billion and a half, I think like 2.5 billion across Facebook and Instagram daily active users.
Yep.
Which is like insane. It's an insane number of people that are on the platform. And so the answer is always yes, because there's your audience is on Instagram with 2 billion people on there. You can find people interested in your products. It just starts with that, answering that question of who is your audience and who is your customer base. And the fact that this customer that we're talking about right now came and had that idea of exactly who it is she needs to reach and who it is she can sell to, that's like step one. And so the rest is, it might be a grind. It might take a while to get access to those people, to get them to reach back out to you. But you can start with that and reach those people and do it consistently. And things can take a turn for the best when you do that. So we'll get into a little bit more, I think, here on actual strategy of that. But the answer is just pretty much always yes to that bigger question.
I mean, in this particular example, like you said, they mentioned who they were targeting, right? So what would you do? Like, let's pretend social media didn't exist. Like, this is one example I really like to use. Like, let's pretend social media didn't exist and you were an artist and you wanted to get your art into a gallery. You would do one of two things. You would call that gallery and tell them who you are, or you would walk into that gallery with your art and say, hey, this is who I am and this is what I have. Can I get on display here? Or you would somehow develop that relationship. Maybe your friend knows the gallery owner, whatever, right? So outside of social media, you would make those contact attempts. And I think what people need to like really understand about social media, is the same exact thing, right? So you finding galleries on Instagram, maybe in your local area, especially, you finding those galleries and then connecting with those galleries on Instagram and seeing their content and, reaching out to them or commenting on their content. That is the new form of that initial contact, right? And if you engage with that account enough, eventually the person behind that account is going to see your work and who you're, what you're about, right? So that is how you develop that initial visibility, right? So you can't just call one gallery and expect that they're going to, put your stuff up for show like the first day. You have to continually reach out to the different galleries and try to show them your work. And when you have new work, show them your new work and just stay on top of that. And so this is much more of like a traditional sort of sale where you're continually reaching out. And again, if we want to put this in context of Instagram, continually commenting on their content, engaging in that conversation and becoming part of their online community, you will start to get noticed. Now, you also have to do the hard thing and actually reach out and write a message or an email and say, hey, this is who I am. And then it helps that you've also been engaging with them, on the social media side, on Instagram, to make yourself known. Because as soon as they actually hear from you and want to take you seriously, the first thing they're going to do is go look you up on Instagram, go see what your content is, who you are, what you've been doing, what other galleries you might be in, right? So you need to leverage that and start creating that relationship with those galleries, online, through Instagram, through DMs, through that engagement, and try to, just make them aware of you. And that's really just the main point. And that's basically the same concept with, every business out there. It just works differently for the different types of businesses.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a numbers game too. I mean, to go back to the example of, pre-social media, it probably would take you an entire day to reach out to 10 galleries back in the day, going through, yellow pages and finding phone numbers and maybe writing letters, whatever it is. And,
Right.
now use the power of social media, right? I mean, you have access at your fingertips to thousands of galleries, probably in a couple states around you, probably tens of thousands in the US. I don't even know. There's tons of opportunity out there. And, I think a lot of people focus too much on like where they think they need to be, like, oh, this gallery, down the street from me, or these handful of galleries is like where I really want to be. Like, I'm just going to push and push and push on them. That's great, but then, expand that search and expand that reach to as many as possible. Like, use the power of social media. You have access to all these people, especially on platforms like Instagram and Twitter, that you can search and find these people and immediately message them and follow them and engage with their content and stuff. And so, use that to your advantage and widen your scope of like who you're trying to get in contact with. And if you just continue to do that, continue to find more, and continue to reach out and interact with the people you have, stay consistent with that, like, you will see the result. You will see people come back in. And on that point too, not only, a lot of these galleries and bigger businesses like that, they give you other ways to reach out. Like in their bio, they might have, for business inquiries, send an email here, and then they'll have their Facebook and Twitter and TikTok handles and whatever it is. Like,
Sure.
use all of that to your advantage and hit them from a number of different ways, and then go on to the next gallery and do it with them. And do that for 2 weeks consistently. And I guarantee you have a couple messages back and you have some opportunity.
Exactly. You're just gonna your goal in a situation like this is just to like get a conversation going, get somebody to respond to something, get that DM responded to or that email responded to. And to Cole's point, yeah, you can go and leverage these other platforms as well to connect with those galleries there. So again, to answer the question, do you think I can sell my fine art? Well, it's not going to be like you're just going to go post your fine art on your feed and then like magically, like, lined up collectors and galleries are going to be like, how can we buy this? How, right away. You have to put in the work to go and reach out and engage. And that's like part of the reason why we talk so much about how the engagement piece is so much more important than or so much more valuable, I guess, than the content piece in many ways, because you don't need a huge following to reach out to people. You don't need a huge following to engage, and reaching out and engaging is what gets you noticed, right? And so I just really would, encourage people to think in terms of like, how can I engage with the people that I'm trying to do business with? And then the icing on the cake is if you have like fun and like really interactive content and you're good at creating that, then those accounts that you're engaging with are going to want to engage back with you, and you're going to really stick out in their minds. So yeah, of course, having great content is a bonus, but it's not like 100% necessary. You can still use these engagement tactics to just get known and get involved in their community so that you become someone who is recognized by them.
Yeah. I think just to harp on it one last time, the who I want to, as you said, who I want to be in business with, or who would be my customer base, who might buy from me, is so important in that. because you can just end with that 2 billion users on Instagram, you can end up wasting a lot of time if you don't have a good idea of who that is.
Sure.
And you can be engaging with all the wrong people and not see that ever amount to anything. So keep that in mind, that piece of who your target audience is and who you should be putting this work in for. That's a huge piece to actually see this come to fruition and turn into business for you, because you have to have the right people, people that are interested in your products, your services, whatever, that might buy from you, or that might be your partner, might be a gallery that you could get into, those kinds of things. It's a huge piece of this. So just keep that in mind. And the more you can kind of narrow down who it is you should be interacting with, who might buy from you, those questions, the more this and the faster this can turn into actual revenue and whatnot for you.
Yeah, and absolutely. What I loved about this question was, can I sell my fine art because these are the people who I want to sell to? And you saying that right then and there is, well, are those people on Instagram? And if the answer is yes, then yes, you can develop a strategy for driving awareness to your art, which will result in sales, through Instagram. Very easily. So yeah, just to answer that question, of course you can sell just about anything through Instagram, and you have to remember that Instagram is just a platform that can help connect you with people. And there's businesses and there's individuals, and there are search tools to be able to find these businesses and individuals and to be able to join those communities and make yourself known. So virtually whatever you sell, you can sell through Instagram. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that about wraps it up for today. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop it in the comments section below, and we'd love to hear from you, like what you're selling. If you're having trouble selling something, kind of where your head's at in business right now. Like, are you focusing on, one product or multiple products? We'd love to hear from you guys. So drop it in the comment section below, or shoot us an email. My email is quinton@commandtraffic.com. Take questions there as well. And then you can, if you're not in the Facebook group already, you can join our private Facebook group, which I believe is what's facebook.com/command
Command traffic group.
traffic group. Awesome. Cool. All right. We'll see you guys later.